What is up? My camera is a little weird because I just set up my new monitor. That's probably a little better. Maybe. I just need to sit up and stop being sunk into my chair. Alright, what's going on, everybody? How's it going? Yeah, I set my new monitor. That old dumb monitor that keeps doing the funny lines is gone. Well, it's right over there, but it's not plugged in anymore, thank God. Maybe what I should do is put it, install it above so that I can have the 4 monitor setup, you know? That'll be like my Discord monitor, you know? So I can like look up and... and then I gotta get another one for my Reddit monitor. But yeah. So today, what's on the slate? I want to get the experimental build up, and we'll probably do that literally right now. And yeah, it's just the usual grind of more dungeon stuff, so yeah. We'll keep working away at that. Cause yeah, I think this is pretty much all ready to go for, the first experimental build now, so I'm feeling alright with it. I don't think there's any massive issues or anything like that. There could be problems people run into since I redid everything with the conveyors and stuff, so... But that's why it's an experimental build, not the full build, right? Yeah, I can't think of anything else that I'm, like, missing. Go to streaming. Oh. Wait, what is up? Oh, right, because I installed a new monitor. My display is different now. Odd. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think everything's good to go here. Really, last stream was just adding a bunch of different artifacts. I do want to add some kind of little pop-up so you actually know what artifacts do, right? Because these don't, there's kind of no way to know. But, yeah. We'll do that at some point. Yeah, I think we're good to go. So let's get started on all that. I'm gonna have to go to Windows, and then that's set up. Linux is fine. Okay. So let's get started on this, shall we? Export the project. Windows. Forgot, we have different templates now. So let's go find the new ones. That's Windows, and that one is... No export template found. Export templates. At the expected path. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, that should be good. What are advanced options? I don't know. Godot 4.3 also has like this stuff. Compressed binary tokens. Okay. Export project. Well, let's go make sure that has worked once it's done. I know I didn't download the Linux template at some point. I don't know if I have it in that folder yet, so I have to check on that. It looks like I do. Windows, Linux. There we go. Debug only, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Export. Okay. So this will be Starground, Windows, v0.9.0.0 dash ex1. Alright, we should be good to go. Starground, Linux, v0.9.0.0-ex1. Okay. I'm just gonna like open this and make sure that I can. I should be able to. But actually, let's just open this one. Should be no problem. Yeah, we're fine. Apparently it also uses a binary tokenization now, so I think it's slightly smaller. It's not like a whole lot different, but I mean, that's always epic, right? Okay, so we have the experimental branch already. Let's just load in the files. Build. Linux. Upload. Okay. Now this might kill the stream. It usually does when I do this. So I apologize if I start fading in and out of existence. But I promise I'll be back. Oh, there it goes. Steamworks jump scare indeed. Oh man, this is gonna die. The bit rate has gone down to very small. Dropped frames is constantly increasing. We'll survive, maybe. Okay, Linux one is uploaded. It's gonna start in the Windows one now. We wait and wait and wait. One day it'll work. And we're good. Okay. Stream should start coming back now. Just give it a minute. I think we're back to normal. Okay. Hey, what's up, Ricky? How's it going? How you doing today? Okay, commit to experimental. Let's go to publish. Steamworks. And we should be good to go. I guess I could do an announcement on Steam. I've been thinking about whether to actually do this or not. But yeah, we could do it. What are these? Yeah, it's just like fancy things. We'll just do an update. Good, actually getting stuff done. That's nice. Yeah, I'm doing good. I just set up a new monitor today, which is nice. It's a mini LED monitor, and it looks very good. Super bright, it has great contrast, colors are good. It's really not much to complain. Low latency, high refresh rate. It's got it all, and it's only like $200, so it's really affordable actually. A monitor like this typically would cost like $1,000, which is crazy. Yeah, it's like the AOC, you know, big funny number. That's what they always do with these monitors. But yeah, other than that, just working on Starground today. Putting up the experimental branch for some new dungeon stuff right now. And other stuff, not just dungeon stuff. This is Starground. Ground. Experimental. Yeah. Okay, subtitle. Some dungeoning goodies. Alrighty. So now I gotta make the actual change notes. Whatever you call those. Patch notes? It's not a patch though. So yeah, I literally just put it up. Right, so this is the first one. Yeah, feel free to take a look at it. Issue. Okay, I think that's everything. Stargrounded. Starground V is now out. This is the first experimental update for the dungeoning update. Experimental branches will be frequent and might contain game-breaking issues. Before playing, be sure to back up any important saves or stick with new ones. So linking the build only show for experimental users. Honestly, I have no idea. That's a good question. I think that might just be for like some kind of tagging thing. Link this post with a specific build to have this post appear as patch notes in the downloads window of Steam. So maybe you only see it if you're on experimental. I have no idea. We'll figure it out, I guess, in just a minute. So to paste everything in here, then we should be good to go. Ooh. Okay. It brings new dungeoning content like the pedestal and change shrine rooms. I've also added effects, which give you powerful abilities. Inventory. Also, this update contains lots of massive changes to logistics. Just let me know if you run into any issues with that. Good enough. Stability, not in the future. I don't know why I would do that. Okay. So yeah, I don't know like how this is visible. Maybe it only shows it if you know, you're actually opted into it. I just don't know. Like if I change this, I wonder if it'll work. Selected beta. No, it's not I have to close out of it probably until it works. Whenever I do this, I always have to like uninstall the game. I don't know why. Oh, it's actually working. Okay. Oh yeah, changing the branch I think always does it, so. So does it show up in here now? No. I have no idea. No idea how that works. But whatever. It is what it is. Whether people see it normally or not, doesn't really matter. Shows ex1. Yeah, we're good. I actually did underscore ex1. But I did dash everywhere. Oh my goodness. That's okay. So let's go make an announcement about it. Be sure to check out. Where's that? Copy link. You know, if any of you run into weird issues or have questions on new content. Bam. Okay. Alright, so that should be up now. Also got some notifications to attend to. Just talking about controller stuff. I see I'm not the only one. 30 of my servers. Oh, I'm in a lot of servers, yeah. I mean, I've got like, you know, folders even too. Right? There's a lot in here. Yeah. I do need to go and do a purge of my servers someday, I think. You know, I have these folders for stuff, but it's too much still. Okay, well, I'll just put some of this stuff into, like, trash tier. Voice mod power testers. What happened to this server? Is it still alive? That's a pretty dead server. I'll just put that in a trash tier. Synthetic selection Discord. There hasn't been an announcement here for a while. I'm just gonna put that into random. So yes, this is a school server. I don't have that anymore. Yeah, there's still a lot here I need to sort through. I'll do that off the stream. Yeah, anyways. Alright. Experimental branch is up. And everyone can see this, right? Yeah. Can everybody send messages in this channel? I set that to no. Alright. Links to that, we should be good to go. Alrighty. Okay, so now it's time for more dungeon stuff. The grind never ends. Dylan's been hard at work with stuff on the mirror board, so we can take a look at that. I love water. So I tasked Dylan with kind of drawing some concept art for the different levels of the dungeon. And so this is what they've been working on, which all looks really epic. A flamethrower. Night vision goggles. I don't know if Dylan knows he actually added night vision goggles or not. Might have to bring that up. This is like a boss design. I believe a boss. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, we could totally do that. Yeah, these are cool ideas. I like how this is kind of looking. I think I looked over this in the last stream. The only thing I kind of felt about this is that maybe the green is like a little... I don't know. Doesn't make sense for a moon. Well, not that it doesn't make sense. I just think like blue might be better, just to kind of fit in with the color scheme that we've sort of got. Right, because green is like the Viridian color scheme. I mean, Viridian means green, I think, or something. I don't know. So, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing, though. Otherwise, it looks epic. I like the idea of, like, the doors being all industrial, the vials and stuff. That's cool. Yeah, that's all good stuff. So yeah, there's a bunch of things that we could work on today. I don't know what. I really do want to do ranged weapons soon. Although it's kind of like a complicated thing that I feel like I want to focus on a little bit harder instead of on stream. Because sometimes it's hard on stream. We could get working on that damage type system more. I do like the buff arm, the torch. It's epic. So yeah, I don't know. Or we get started with farming. Farming would be kind of nice. Just to get that system kind of going, you know, while we're ahead. And we've got all sorts of plant ideas here on what we could do, which is epic. So yeah, you could grow moon shrooms, which would be kind of fun. I wonder if there would be like plants that you grow that are hazardous, you know? I just don't know if that would be a good thing or not, being in the automation zone. Like if I want plants to harm you and stuff. It's hard to say, right? But it could be kind of fun. Who knows? If anyone has ideas on that, let me know. Oh man. Yeah, there's all sorts of ideas here. Moon shrub. Could get started on all these. Char orchids. Yeah, and these are all food ideas. Moonberries, moon crackers. And then we could kind of get started on the whole food system as well, right? So, why not? So, we're going to figure out how we want to like structure all this. Obviously we need to have like a crop plot, right? That you can put seeds down onto. So we'll definitely do that. And I don't know, I want there to be some kind of like automation element of it, right? Where it's like, I don't know what we'll do with that. Well, obviously some kind of like automatic farmer. That's just kind of a given. I wonder if we're gonna have like special plots for different kinds of plants, like maybe some plants like have trouble just growing in regular soil, and so you need like an upgraded like enclosed one or something where it's like, I don't know. Also, Desrazor, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, we can start messing around with some things though. Oh yeah, this is what my monitor looks like. Because I'm so used to the curved monitor, the flat monitor looks convex now. It's very odd. But yeah, I'll just have to get used to it. So for our crop plots, maybe we'll do like big crop plots. I know in a lot of games like Minecraft, you do like the classic big old area. Or, I mean, small, like, individual block to grow a crop, but I kind of think it would be a little bit more performant if it wasn't a big, massive spot of crop, you know? So I think we'll do a smaller one. So what does farmland look like? Right. I guess tilled soil. Just ridges. That's pretty much it. Okay. So for this size, we'll probably do like 3. Shift it 1 to the left. Is this... Oh, that's this new color. Okay. Gotta get used to my new monitor colors. Oh, so that's actually a darker color. Something maybe sort of like that. I'll go through here and actually anti-alias it and stuff, though. So this doesn't necessarily have to perfectly tile. I think I'm gonna have it not really be a tileable thing, but more just sort of, what's the word? Like a little individual square. I think it's just gonna be better for like kind of separation of stuff. So what I'll probably do is just go copy the green color. That's gonna be like in sprites. Wherever it is. All the tile set stuff. Here. Let's get that going. And now these can kind of be like changed around a little bit. Right. Man, the ads are relentless. I keep trying to snooze them, but it just keeps coming back. We've got to play it at some point. I don't know, something almost like this is what I'm thinking. And we just kind of like smooth it out with a little bit of anti-aliasing. And I might decide to change this later, we'll see. But I think this will do for now. Farmland. Colors on this monitor look all weird now. You don't really realize how what's the word? How used you are. How used you are. Can you say that? How used you are? Anyways, I was so used to the colors on my other monitor. It's very strange looking at this monitor now. This is like a farm plot, I guess? Is that what you would call that? Let's see. So let's go to our items table. Or this is not an item, this is a building. I wonder what this is going to be made out of. I don't even know. Very nice Steam page. I don't know if you've heard this, but I've read that Steam tries to jump into gameplay footage immediately or often more effective. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. The trailer there is just kind of like a quick little dirty trailer I did for early access, but I'm sure at some point I'll go back and change that. Ideally, what I would like is a fully animated trailer and then a gameplay trailer, right? Instead of how it is now, where it's sort of combined. So I'll look into that at some point. Oops. So make it cost wood now, I guess. Okay. I have to go actually make the real scene. Let's just copy something basic. Okay. Rename that as a farm plot. Alrighty. Let's get rid of that code, add my own. So thank you for the follow, the king. Appreciate it. So this won't have any collision, really. I'm just gonna set the collision to nothing. Just on layer 3. Let's change the sprite. We'll change this to 32 by 32. Save component. Don't save that anymore. I don't need that label stuff. So I might just give this like one little tiny inventory. I don't know. We'll see. There's ways that I could go about this. I could just give it like you put the seed into its inventory type of thing, and that would be pretty easy to do. Or make it so that you actually right click on it and then it plants the seed. I don't know which one I'd rather have right now, so but we'll see. Oh, I didn't actually add it in here. Whoopsies. Building. Display building. I feel like I might need another tab for like farming stuff. I don't know why. For now I'll just put in miscellaneous. Just copy that. I am probably gonna have to restart the game for that, so. Oh, don't change that one. Oops. I mean, is that what you would call this? Farm plot. Oh my god, Godot, come on. Yeah. That's what they call it on 7 Days to Die. So what does this look like? Oh. What did I call it? Whoopsies. Let's try that again. That is the wrong farm plot. Okay. Don't have wood on me. So let's try and get some, shall we? Oh, I do have wood on me, never mind. Alright, there it is. Farm plot. Oh. Oh, I forgot to, yeah, that would be a problem. Let's go back to that farm plot. I need to, say extends buildable and do all that stuff. Building name is farm plot. Yeah. Should be a little bit better now. Let's go back in. Okay. So that's not too bad. So how it is now is basically you open it up and then there's just one little slot. And you can put your seed in or whatever, right? Maybe I'll modify this UI to be custom so that it has like a progress bar. We could also do like a multi-slot type of thing, right? Where we have like 4 slots, maybe? For each plot. I need to fix the depth sorting. Yeah, I don't think this texture quite works. It just has too much noise going on here. But that's not a big deal, I can fix that. I actually have these colors, which might look good. Because it is sort of the color of the soil. I'll probably get rid of the green. So let's give that a try. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I think that's fits with the coloring a little better on everything. Okay, so that looks pretty good. You can open up its inventory, and then it should just start growing stuff. Yeah, that'll work. And then the idea is that we can have a machine that goes in the center of these plots or something like that, and maybe it waters things and harvests it automatically. We'll see. But yeah, should work well. I wonder like what kind of other mechanics I'll implement into the farming. You know, if we'll just keep it simple, or maybe farming needs water. I don't really know yet. Because I could make it use water. The only issue then is that we have to have some way to actually acquire water. So I'll probably have to add like a water pump building and stuff like that. I mean, it could be nice to have a little bit more depth with the farming instead of it just being put seed in and get item out, you know? Where you actually have to continually supply it with water. So that could be kind of fun. Honestly, it would probably be the exact same sort of way I do this, right? The oil, where it's just sort of like an item, basically, that you pick up. That's exactly how the water would be. It would just be like a little water capsule type of thing. So, I could definitely do that. And I guess the way is like you could either do it manually, where you pick up the water and right click on these or something, or maybe there's a slot for water in them. So yeah, something like that could work. I want to see this night vision activate. Let's make sure this looks normal at when the transition happens, you know, because I haven't really seen it yet. Okay, yeah, that works. It's definitely way more green now, looking at my monitor. It's interesting. But yeah. Yeah, farming has it could become a lot of stuff. Right. I think I might keep the plots like pretty big like this, just because I want some plants to be large, right? So yeah. I'll have to probably have the water pump just be maybe you can manually pump it, but you can also power it with electricity. Maybe that could be a good idea. We're actually running out of power. What's going on here? Oh, it's probably because we have too much junk in here. Yeah. Oh, my vaults are full. Okay. I need to make more then. Steel and brick. Let's get those. I thought I had some steel around here. I was pretty sure I did. Oh yeah, there's some in here. There we go. Get too many items. You know, like that one Minecraft mod. Oh. Don't worry about the shape, it's fine. It just instantly empties into this one. Oh, it's so fast, this one just can't even grab it. Okay. Had so many cool things since the last time I watched you. I just started playing the demo. Oh, yeah? Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, I've definitely been pumping out a lot more things, so... Like the artifact stuff, now I'm getting into farming. Yeah. I hope v0.9 should be a pretty fun update for people to mess around with. Oh man, that's like the lights are out, dude. Just needs to hurry up and move items. I guess that is an enormous amount of items. Maybe I'll move this over one. Oh, I can't hold the items. Oh, shoot. There we go. Man, my inventory is clogged. Okay, well, at least it gives us a spot for one more. There we go. Let's break that. Move it over. And now I'm out of stone. Now I'm out of copper. Get some copper off the line. Okay. So this should work now. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, I need to figure out a thing to use these items for, right? I really should get started on doing some actual, like, some of these infinite researches down here. Like this one, collector efficiency and stuff. I'll probably do mining laser power. It takes copper and rotors, so we could get that going. Yeah, I'll just have to set up like a little production zone over here or something. Probably not here because that's where the thumper is, but somewhere up here could work. I have to clear out all this garbage testing stuff though. I guess this is what mining mining laser speed would be nice for. I could clear this stuff out faster. So I'm gonna need a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna need coal. I'm gonna need iron. It's gonna be a lot of things. My inventory is so full. Take one of those stacks. I should not have put the apple in there. Okay. This gives me a little bit of space to mess around with. My inventory is still bursting. It's because I have all these artifacts in here, honestly. That's why. It's the whole point. To balance it out. I'll just get some research going anyways of just copper and the rotors. Just so I can get a little bit of mining speed going. So let's do that. Rotors, and then do that one. So we are out of power, though. That's because, yeah. So just as a temporary measure, I'm gonna get some power flowing here. Just enough to get some biofuel going. Okay. Thought I had coal going out here. Oh, I do. It's just I just can't get inside here because there's too many items. Okay. Try that stone. Screw it, we'll just shred a bunch of things. Okay. Alrighty. I'm just gonna save that real quick. So with the farm plots, I think water would be cool, water usage. Because water could also like start to be a part of other things too. It just opens us up for other types of manufacturing. You know, because like maybe we'll do different chemicals you can make in the refiner with water. Looks like refiner is always two things. So it could be like water and oil makes like processed like light oil or something like that. We'll figure it out, but could be kind of fun. Research complete. Well, let's do it again. Do want to set up a little spot here for that. Copper's easy because we already have that being produced, right? So it's interesting how this is just sort of random, whichever one it goes into. I'll just have it connect into this one down here, I guess. It'll be a little tricky with the item routing. But we'll make it work. This I only want to be, oopsies, copper. And I'll probably just do a bunch of underground belts. Put that stuff back. Okay. It's already way faster. That's kind of nice. So copper will go up here. Wherever the researcher is in here. We're gonna need circuits. I'm just doing this for fun. This doesn't really aid us right now, but let's put those over there. Alrighty, just like so. So that'll just take in copper. Now the other part of it is the rotors, which is a little bit more complicated to set up. Because rotors take a whole bunch of things. They take steel, gears, and copper wire. So we're gonna need like 3 of these things, right? So this one can actually just be copper wire here. So we'll just put a mover in right there. And that'll make copper wire. Now this one will be iron, so we need to bring our iron over. So let's just basically do the same setup here. I don't know why that one's a mover. My inventory is full. Make this move down. Make sure this one's only iron. Bring the underground belt. Okay. I just want to set this up and then we'll actually get working on the real stuff. But sometimes it's good to just mess around a little bit. That's odd. I need to fix that. Okay, so that's making gears now. So we just need steel. Steel's a little complicated because it takes a few things. Alright, because we need to make a foundry here. Just like... oh, I don't know. Right there. So we have the iron coming through, which will work good. But the thing we don't have, though, is coal. So I have to figure out how to route that around. So this one takes coal out. What I'll do is this. I'll add a splitter right here. Just so that all the coal will go that way first. Or not first, but you know. And now we have automated steel. Okay. And this will just go across. I'm out of iron. The spaghetti begins. Alright. Boom. Just want to get that set up, just to have that going. Now, the thing we do have to figure out down here... this should honestly be upgraded into a faster line. Because it seems like it's just going too slow. That's actually out of fuel. So yeah, we'll have to set up biofuel or fuel cells at some point. Okay, anyways. Let me just save this now. Okay, farm stuff. I think what we really need for that is just to add seeds into the game. So I think the idea is that I might make it so crops don't actually create more seeds, just so that it's kind of more of a... it's not as easy to go insane with it. So I think what would work is like, yeah, you put a seed in, it starts growing once the seed's in there. And then once it's done, you can harvest it. So yeah. That could probably work. Now for water stuff, there's really two ways of going about it. We either make it where it has a slot in here for water, which could work. Or we make it so that the... what's the word? The auto farmer just kind of like takes in water, then right-clicks it onto the plots or whatever, right? I don't know. There's pros and cons. It would be kind of cool to do it with a mover, because it means that you don't necessarily have to automate it with an auto farmer, but it just makes it more convenient. Because the thing is that these act as buildings, right? So you could literally just do this, and like this will put items into the farm plot, which is interesting, right? So yeah, I don't know. And that's how like the water could work too, where it just inserts items into here with the water. It also means that players could put water into here. So, I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to think about the best way to do this. Hey, what's up, Troopin'? How's it going? I'm just currently contemplating farming stuff. So I added a farming plot. I think the way I want to do farming is where you like put a seed into the inventory slot, and then as long as there's a valid seed in there, it just starts growing. And I kind of want to like implement water as being like something that you have to constantly give to your plants to actually grow. Because it's kind of twofold, I guess. Water can also be just an interesting material to use in different recipes, especially for oil stuff. But it could also just as well be a part of the farming, right? So, That's probably what I'd want to do. You can make a sprayer machine that wets farm plots within a certain radius. Yeah. Like, I definitely want to have some kind of auto-farming building. So it would just sort of be like a 2x2 building like this that you can place in the center of your farming plots. And that can just kind of spray water around and also collect, like, auto-harvest, too. And it would just make, it would make farming possible with full automation. I still want this to be, like, you're able to do this right off the bat, though, at the beginning of the game. Where you can actually just farm things manually. Like, you can grab your water and then put it into the farm plot and stuff like that, right? And harvest it yourself. So, yeah. I don't know. Would things you farm be needed in the dungeons? Yeah, like the farming would be... It's something that you do in this area, but it's really mainly for the dungeons in the form of food, right? And maybe there's some funny plants that we can grow for automation. I don't know what those plants would be yet, but it could be kind of fun. Some kind of plant that you, like, process into a material you need for automation. Yeah, again, no idea what that would be, but it could be fun. So I want to leave it open for both sides like that, you know, where you can do it manually if you're just doing automation stuff, but also you can automate it, right? And I'm also just thinking about, like, breaking these, right? Because I don't necessarily want this to take damage. When there's a crop on here. I want it to be like when you break it, it breaks the current growing crop first. So... yeah, I don't know. There's always so many questions like these that we've got to answer in order to actually do stuff. And while it is something I can change later, I would like to, I don't know, get this sort of right the first time, right? So people don't have to undo everything they did. If you make a separate harvesting tool, maybe. I don't know, it could be... There's pros and cons to that, right? It would make it more simple in some aspects. Also, we got an ad. I'll wait for that. I need to ponder. I don't think people realize a lot of game dev can just be thinking of, like, what am I gonna do for this thing, you know? I think I'm gonna have this and then also like a wet version of it, right? So it's like watered. Just gonna wait for the ad to be done. Apologize about the ads. Okay, ads are done. I apologize about it. So, RetroSpark, what's up? Big boy games for big boys only. Good way to keep the weak links away. Yeah. Working my game listening in the background. Nice. Okay. So is it going to be like a right-click situation or an item situation? Well, the seeds are definitely an item. I mean, that's kind of a given, I think. Excuse me, but the water. That's the other part of it. The water. I'll probably have water be an item, I think. You know, because I'm just thinking about the other things in the game. We already have that system of, like, a fuel source, which this isn't a fuel source, but it's the same concept, right? Where you put an item in and now it has a bar of, like, how much is left of that ingredient or whatever, right? And I think just keeping it consistent with the same logic around with that kind of thing, right? It already works exactly that way on the furnace. Why not make it work that way with farm plots also, right? So I think that's what we'll probably do. And maybe at some point we add in some kind of tool to make farming easier, like a watering tool, but, you know, we'll see. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get started on the UI for it. It's going to be inside of the display. So we've got the tool bench display. Let's just take the a simple one, like the burner. Well, really it's going to be pretty similar to the furnace. Display furnace. Let's duplicate that. Oops. Inventory display farm plot. Now we can modify this. So that'll be like the water slot. This will be different. This obviously won't have this other slot. Right, so it'll kind of look like this, I would imagine. Container sizing. So this is a center node, which is a little odd. So how do I change the size of this? Or actually, is it done with this one? It's always a little weird about these, yeah, I should not make this a center container, really. Oh, but our old things, yeah, they all are center containers, so they kind of have to be. Oh, there we go. I can set a minimum size. So I'm just going to make it like 300 or something like that. These are all wrong. Okay. Then let's modify this. It's no longer furnace. Okay. So there's a few things we're going to have to sync here. I'm just going to copy this. Oops, that was not the right script, apparently. And this will be just like controller. Displays owner. Okay. So this is where we can get variables for things. So progress will be that, and then fuel amount. there's no fuel, so we're gonna say water amount instead. And that'll do it. So then here we don't sync fuel amount, we're gonna sync water amount. In the controller. On change, okay. So that pretty much does that there. And then inside of the farm plot, we're actually gonna have those values, right? So we're gonna have var progress is equal to 0.0 and var water amount. So we can get sort of all our functions ready. Call our parent function, process, and now that'll just be pass. So yeah, part of the reason why I decided to make this a big plot like this is so that we don't have... the game doesn't get too laggy. Right, so having like one of these plots is sort of usually enough. Instead of having to do, you know, a freaking million of these things, because it would get very laggy. Just not worth it. But being bigger like this, that's significantly fewer of them. Right, they take up like double the footprint. So now if we go back to our... I'm gonna actually just save this real quick. To our farm plot. We can change this to be... Let's do like 3 hits. In inventory component, this will now be... in our display override, we're going to change that. So sort of how it is in the furnace. I'm just going to literally copy that. Go back into the farm plot. Just delete that one. Then paste it. So we have... This will have 2 slots. Yes. Inventory name will be farm plot. And then now we're going to do inventory display farm plot. So we have to modify all these. This will be rewrote as just an empty string. And then this will just be a string, which is water. Then can insert. That'll just be yes on the first one, I think. Then can take. I guess we could do... You can take on the second one, so you can take water out. Yeah. And then force filters are nothing. Okay. So that should do it. So just to confirm this now, if we load up the game, it should be good. Could also make a 4x4 variant, maybe. It's totally possible. I'll probably just stick with the 2x2 for now and see how that goes. But maybe there's like a special 4x4 plot for specific plants. Like maybe that would be the biosphere plot for like plants that can't grow on Viridian, that kind of thing. Okay, it did crash. It's probably because I did not do this. Oh yeah, this is bad. And that'll be slot 1. Name label. Yeah, we should be good now. Let's try this again. So yeah, water isn't a real thing yet, so obviously it's just going to show a null item, but yeah, that should work. Basically, you put your seed up at the top and then the water there, so that should work. Okay. So, let's get started on all these different items we're going to need. I'm just going to start basic with like one plant. I don't know, I'll just add it down here like miscellaneous or whatever. Maybe the apple can be for growing trees, right? So we can have a moonshroom spore. So let's draw what a moonshroom spore would look like. So what does a spore look like? Fungus spore. Just like a little funny guy. Like that, maybe a little spiky. Maybe something like that. We'll figure it out. And it obviously won't be this color, but I'm just messing around with things right now. Could maybe work. So hey, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Let me go find the moon shroom. I know it's called the lunar mushroom, but it's not true. I said I'd change the name. Just kind of thinking of how I want to do this. Because it is like a ball. I mean, that looks okay, I guess. Something kind of like that, maybe. It's good enough for now. So what did I call this? Moonshroom one, yeah. Okay, so that is in the game now. I do think I also want to make apples growable. into trees. It would just be kind of fun. So why not? Let's go into our farm plot. This is where we can actually start to program things, make it work. First off, I need to make this sprite lower because it's supposed to be like in the ground. Okay. So if inventory dot inventory data 0 is not equal to null, and then if that dot name is equal to apple, then we can start checking things. So basically I'll only do this if... I'll do that. Hey, Mystical Cell, what's up? How's it going? I am working on adding farming right now. 1 times delta reservoir growth time equals, let's say 20 seconds or something. Realistically, that'll probably be longer, but I just want to check this. So 1 divided by growth time times delta. Okay. So we'll say if progress is greater than or equal to 1, then we do stuff in here. Otherwise, it starts growing. And at the same time of this, we can also say water amount minus equals, you know, we could have another thing that's like water rate or something, which will be like, I don't know. Five seconds? No. I think I'll bump up growth time considerably. Maybe 120 seconds for that. And maybe we say 60 seconds for water. So that'll be the exact same formula here. Rough day at work, I'm making it. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, I'm doing alright. I set up a new monitor today. Because my other monitor kept doing the funny vertical lines and it was annoying. So, but yeah, it's nice. It's weird. I have to get used to it because it's a just a flat monitor. Honestly, I'm very accustomed to curved monitors now, and it's very odd to not use a curved monitor. So, yeah, just something I just sort of have to get used to. Also, trees are still dropping. Night fishing goggles. It's not supposed to happen. Yeah, things have been going well. You know, just the usual. Working away at Starground. Adding in new stuff. Should be ready to go. I did actually push a experimental branch today. Man, I just need to do like a clean out of this. Okay, so I need to find an apple. I think I might have gotten one before and I put it in the chest. I can't remember though. Also, okay, that's still actively going. I have this little automated setup over here now for the mining speed research, which is kind of nice. Oh, I've got plenty of apples. So if I put an apple in here, it should start growing. Now, it'll be pretty slow because it takes 2 whole minutes, but I don't think it's working. I'm just going to print out growing just to make sure it actually is working. Huh? Oh, duh. I have to restart the game because it'll cry. Yeah. Okay, let's try this again. Autosave. Let's resave that. Okay, should be growing. Oh, my autosave is from a little bit ago. It's not a big deal. I just have to go get my apples again. Where was the 11 apples? There they are. Okay, this better work. Look, it's growing. It's freaking insane. So water doesn't exist yet. I need to draw the sprite for that. I don't know what I want it to look like. Probably pretty similar to what oil looks like, to be honest. Which is in here somewhere, right there. Just some kind of like container. I think I'm just going to keep all liquids and kind of stick with like them being items rather than it being adding in fluid pipes and stuff. Just because I think it gets too complicated. I always see people kind of fizzle out, especially with like Factorio, oil processing, and Satisfactory, where you have to do fluid pipes. And fluid pipes are fun, and I like the idea of it, but so many other games already do it, and I figured why not just kind of take a different route and decide to go super simple with it, you know? Can I have a watering can? Absolutely, yeah, that'd be probably a good idea. It'll make it a little bit easier to grow these if you haven't automated things, yeah. But yeah, water will be a pretty simple thing. Something kind of like this. It's gonna be like a container. It's not gonna be just a drop of water, because that's kind of weird. What does a water container look like? Just like a little square thing. Honestly, that could work. Or we just have like a little water container, basically. There's like a Minecraft block right now or something. I don't know. Do I want to do a container like that? I was always just thinking kind of like a bottle, you know? Like, not like these, but almost like this, but... Rewrite my game assembly? No, thank you. I definitely won't be doing that anytime soon. Maybe like that. Oh, this is sort of my idea. We'll go with that. Reject modern engines. Nah, I like Godot, I'm gonna be real. I like not constantly fighting with the language I'm using. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Something kind of like this. Maybe it'll just be transparent. Maybe the cap will just be blue. Just like a little water jug. Maybe the cap will be a different color. Maybe we go with like a, you know, a tan cap or something. I'm gonna fight the engine. It keeps closing randomly when I use it. With Godot? So that's pretty weird. That'll do for water. Look, my tree grew. Okay, so water's real now. Let's just add it in here. Still have to make some way of actually getting water, right? Because can't currently get water right now. I think what I'll probably do for that is just a little water pump type of building. That you just place in the water and it grabs water for you. Honestly, almost exactly how the oil rig is, but bees don't go out and do it. It just kind of happens. Like all of a sudden water just kind of shows up. So yeah. Oh, we got an ad. Dang it. Are you still here with us, Mystical? Oh yeah, you're subbed. I forget. Just started recently. Yeah, that's really weird, because, I mean, honestly, Godot for me has been a really stable engine, all things considered. Back when I used Unity and stuff, it would crash constantly. And that always really sucked. Yeah, no ads. If you don't want ads, subscribe with Twitch Prime. Yeah. God, it's so weird. I gotta get used to this freaking monitor, man. I already brought this up earlier, but it just looks warped. It's weird. It looks like this. Because I'm so used to my curved monitor. But I'll get there. Okay, so now it actually shows water there. So let's work on a little water pump building. So it'll be kind of similar to the oil rig. Not as big as the oil rig, I don't think. Well, I don't know. Maybe as big as the oil rig. Oh, the oil rig's 3x3. Never mind. We'll just do a little 2x2. This will be a water pump. What will this look like? Doesn't have to be very complicated. Hmm. I mean, yeah, you've got like this classic water pump design. I think it'll be kind of cylindrical. I'll have like a little thing on top. Maybe it'll have like ribs, if that makes any sense. I think that top is way too, I don't know, whatever the word is. Actually, it might be the bottom. Start with Unity, but it would crash with every project I started and take too long to start, so it's just Godot. Having fun with it when it doesn't close. Yeah. Are you on Windows? Or, like Linux? Because that is honestly really weird. I mean, like, I've had it crash a couple times, but it's always been an extremely rare circumstance. Or at least something that I know exactly why it's happening. Like, one thing I've always noticed with Godot, which still isn't fixed, but it'll crash whenever I use the network profiler. Just out of nowhere sometimes. I don't know why, but it is always just something I kind of keep, you know, remember not to use it for too long. Using curved monitor and a flat one, it's weird looking back and forth between the two. Yeah, it is very weird. Well, Windows is not crashing, it just closes. Oh, that's weird. Well, that's what it does for me too. It just kind of closes itself. Randomly. Yeah, I'd have no idea why.
I got an ointment that I apply 3 times a day until skin ain't dry.
Yeah, it can be a little wacky sometimes. Still way better than Unity, though. Unity was like just, you know, guaranteed a crash even if I'm not doing anything, which was always so annoying.
Toner, creams galore. I just still need more. Ointment on my eyes, lotion on
Which, I mean, I guess it sounds like that's you aren't really doing anything either, but yeah, it's weird though.
my crevices.
I would definitely like put up a bug report for that if you haven't already.
Tech industry trying to modify my creams, changing up the formulas. My skin's gonna turn green. I have a strict skincare routine. I use ointments, never bleach. Lotion, toner, creams galore. I just still need more. Ointment on my eyes, lotion on my thighs. If there's no cream, I die.
Hey, Synthetic Forest, what's up? How's it going?
Toner's not malevolent. If there's no cream, I die. Let me tell you about a story I experienced. My ointment dried up, applying was laborious. I needed moisture, and I need cream. Lotion is my only dream.
Yeah, I'm just sorry if I'm being silent. I'm just working on a water pump. Been adding all sorts of new things to the game today. I'm doing farming stuff, and so well, I figured I should probably add farming. Or, I mean, other way around. I was doing farming stuff, and so I figured, well, I need water. Let's add pipes, right? Yeah, it's going well.
If there's no cream, I might die. Yeah!
Just kind of coming up with a little sprite for the pump stuff. I think this is looking all right. Honestly, this is the kind of thing I'll just do this. Maybe I'll give this also like let's see if I can do this. This will probably be like back in here. Okay. My shortcut, yeah. It is nice to, yeah, just copy things over like that. I know it's easier in programs like, whatchamacallit, Sprite, because they have like tools for that, but, you know, I'm used to my funny paint.net quirks. These colors are temporary, by the way. These are not, you know. Something like this could work. It's got like these little pumps on the side, you know? Let's see, we got like these semi-bright pixels. So it's just that you can see the highlights of each shade and whatnot. Yeah, I always kind of tend to do this when I'm drawing sprites. I just use wacky, crazy colors. Most of it is just the fact that I can just bam and draw it really quick, right? Because I'm like kind of, I don't really care what the colors look like right now. It's more of just like, I just need colors. And so instead of me going through here and like, maybe this shade or maybe change this, I can just quickly put together the shading, you know? I'll wait for a little because it just started a couple days ago. If it keeps happening, they'll make it better for it. Ah, okay. So this is a newer thing. Interesting. Yeah. Did you like update the engine recently or anything? Or, I mean, anything on your computer, graphics drivers? Because that can, you know, cause instability every once in a while. Right. Let's do that. Just a little less blue. Oh, okay. Updated 4.2. Okay, interesting. I think this sprite works okay. Need something up here though. And I think I know what. One of these like little you know, cranks, whatever you call them. You know, little wheels you turn. do like a little bit of this type of thing. I don't know, just experimenting with different designs for these. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Maybe some more pipes like along this edge. It's kind of hard to see just because of this. I don't want this machine to get too complicated because it is like a basic machine, and I'll probably make it not even use power. Right? So I'm gonna be a little simple with it. Maybe do some anti-aliasing, I don't know. Just a little bit. I mean, I think that mostly gets the idea across. I don't know, like, how this thing exactly works. You know, like, this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But it doesn't really matter. I might have like a little bit of a spout thing here just so it's not completely illogical. Right? So there's like a spot the water could come out of, but yeah. Yeah, I think this design works. Because the whole thing with this up here, this kind of implies that it can be used manually. But it still also is like a machine, right? So it's not like, yeah. Okay. That'll work. Yeah, I appreciate it. Uses physics, yeah. Everything uses physics. Let's see, this should go here. Yeah. So I have just a little tiny animation on the oil rig for the water moving up and down. That's what I want to do in here also. Just so I can look at this. So it just goes down a pixel, down a pixel. Pretty simple stuff. So let's do it. Well, really, let's just take the highlight color. I did that quick, yeah. I don't know. I'm just, I've done so many sprites now in my life that I'm starting to get real quick. Things don't take that long anymore. Which is honestly really nice. It just speeds everything up so much more. You know, for a period in my life, the limiting factor was always how fast could I create assets, right? But that's just not the case anymore. Really now it's just the programming. that's the limit, so which is kind of nice. And I'll give this a transition color here. Maybe in these corners. Okay. So this will be water pump, idle, and then we'll just use the one on the left for the icon. As a water pump. I like typing before I can see the menu because I know it'll work. Oh, it didn't in that case though. Alright, yeah, we can add that into the game now. So let's do that. Wish I was that artistic. I mean, it's totally like anyone can do it. You know, I've never looked at myself as like an artistic person. I've always been like, man, I suck at art. So it's very interesting to hear people say that, like they wish they were as artistic as me, because I don't ever feel artistic. But it just takes practice. It's just like with every single other thing in the universe. It all is just practice. Oh, what just happened here? Sprite raise, sprite offset, can't rotate. Player collision. So this will also have that other tag, which is can place water. Key building. Water pump. And this will just be pretty simple. I think just like some iron. Maybe some copper wire. Nah, maybe just copper. Maybe like 2 iron and 5 copper. So it's kind of like, well, yeah, you have to actually have like a furnace set up, but that's pretty basic. Marty Billy's stick figures with scoliosis. Man. I used to be at that spot too. I mean, a long time ago when I was a little kid. But I think the thing to always remember with stuff like this, with honestly any skill, is that every single person starts out sucking. Even the like children that are gifted, their art still kind of sucks. It's just that they're a little bit ahead. But everybody sucks at some point, you know. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's practice. There's always people that like wish they could do this and that, and like, you know, it takes work. All right, the people that can do it aren't just good at it because they just are. Like, spend a lot of time. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I spend like every single day drawing sprites. Now these days, everybody sucks at some point. Yeah, it's like the Jake quote. The first step to being sort of good at something is sucking at it, or whatever, along those lines. But yeah. I'm just gonna copy the oil rig, why not? Water pump. Working my first 30 by 50 RPG hero at the moment. It's been hard to grasp that pixel density and canvas size for the game resolution stuff too. Yeah. I think the big thing that always really helps with scale and pixel art is have like a base tile size, right? And base everything off the tile size, because it makes it so much easier to know like how big things are relative to each other. So like, for example, in Starground, everything is a 16 by 16 tile size. So without even putting this into the game, right, or doing anything with this, without comparing it to anything yet, I know that this will be about 2 tiles big, which means it's like twice the size of the player. So that means I could go take something that I have in the game. Like, let's look at a collector. It's going to be about the same size as a collector, right? Because the collector has the same resolution. And so doing that makes it extremely much easier to draw things like this, because you immediately know how big it's going to be relative to everything else. And stick with that, right? So if you want something that's big and massive, you have to make your image size big and massive. It's just the only way to make it look good. Some people don't do that, and it's a common mistake I always see. But yeah, see, like, this will be about the same size as the collector. Right. So it helps a lot. And the player, I know, because this is 4 tiles, will be like within this box, right? So I can kind of get an idea of like how big is this building actually compared to our player. Yeah, something I always see, which always irks me, is somebody's like, oh, I want a big building in the game? Just make it big. And I think this can come out of like some people do this because they're just lazy, but it looks terrible because now your pixels are twice the size as your actual pixels and it just looks really bad. Right, so never do that. If you want this big epic boss, if you want like a big guy that's like, you know, within this box, it's got to be bigger resolution, otherwise it's just not gonna look good. That's why bosses can take so long to make. Because if you want it to actually look good, it has to be like a massive big sprite. Right. So yeah, it can be a lot of work. Let's just, oh, don't delete the node. It's just gonna, hold on. I always get worried about this. Okay, we're fine. Sometimes it'll like use this. Also, thank you so much, So with Prime. Get confetti. Thank you, I really appreciate that. That's awesome. We've never actually been able to see what the confetti looks like, but I'm sure it kills the bitrate. Yeah, hopefully that advice helps. I always do like tile set stuff first, and even if you don't do the tile set first, at least just define the tile size. You know, so whenever I start with a game, obviously I already have my tile size defined. But I'm just like, okay, my tiles are gonna be, and it can really be anything you want. You know, I like using powers of 2, like 16 by 16 and stuff like that, but really it doesn't matter. You can use any kind of resolution you want, but just pick something that's a square and say that's my tile size, right? So you could even do something smaller. You could do 8 by 8. You could do a big one. You could do 32 by 32, as long as you just have like a, this is approximately like 1 meter or 1 unit in my game, you know? And it just helps a lot. I think a game like Undertale has a really weird one. It's like 10 by 10 or something, which you don't typically see. It's just kind of an odd tile size, but it works, right? That's the thing. Sprites in Breath of Fire 4. Haven't heard of that. Okay. Well, these are pretty high res. Yeah, these are pretty well done. Yeah, taking a closer look at these. These are definitely, yeah, I'd probably say around what you picked. I'm sure you've done your research on that, but somewhere around 30 by 50. Yeah, keep in mind, the bigger the sprite is, it can take a lot more work sometimes. One nice thing about Starground is an item's 12 by 12, so I can just, you know, just shoot it out real quick, just, and it's like 2 pixels. So now there's pros and cons, because I've had some sprites that are really difficult to get looking good in such a tiny space. Like this chainmail glove was really difficult to do, but when you view it at a small size, it looks fine, you know. But, you know, that's the one downside. Things with lots of detail can start to get difficult. But it is easier. I'll say that. Yeah. Easier in that you don't have to put as many pixels down, but harder in the sense that you can't put as many pixels down. Yeah. Okay, so this will just do a little water thing. It's just so that it looks like the water is kind of moving. Okay, I can get rid of all this other garbage in here that we don't need for this. Like, this is in some weird group, I think. Yeah, get it out of collector. This won't even be in the power group either. So I don't need those two. Collision shape is way too humongous. Let's knock that down to 24 by 24. Yeah. Around there. We could go a little higher, maybe like 28 by 28. That's pretty much good there. So literally for this inventory, it's just going to be one tile. One solitary tile. God, sometimes I can't type. Did I say tile? One slot, whatever. Yeah, you get the idea. And that looks good there. This saves nothing. Good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we just have to do the code for this, which is nothing. So let's just delete that old one. That's in save. That's fine. So we just do water pump. It extends buildable. We have our ready. And then in our process. So we're just going to have some kind of like timer. Is var like collection speed is, let's say we collect one every, oh, I don't know, 4 seconds or something. And so we'll have another one that's progress. And then, so if we can insert it, right? So if inventory component dot check item, and I think just to confirm what this does, yeah, checks if an item can be inserted into an inventory. So I'm just going to have an item up here that it defines, which is var water item. So I'm going to say water item is equal to global dot get item data water. And there's another function I have in here that's like get or create item dictionary. Yeah, this one. So item name and amount. That's pretty much it. Oops. Well, honestly, it'd be easier if I didn't do this on ready. Let's do this instead. So basically, we're just going to say if progress is greater than or equal to 1. And then we're just going to say if that. So that returns a whole new one, yeah. Then progress is back to 0. Else plus equals 1.0 divided by collection speed times delta. And that should honestly be it for this code and for this whole building. So yeah, I mean, let's see if this works. So let's go to our building, display building, add it in as something we can actually build. Water pump. And I think we're ready. That's pretty much it. Hey, Zen, what's up? How's it going? Eating, nice. I'm kind of eating. Snacking. These are pumpkin seeds I got at the store today. Alright, so here's the water pump. We can just put it into the water somewhere here. Right? So let's just put it right there. And it should just start making water. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, there's a little bit of funniness with the UI. I have to fix that. But we can take the water out. If there's a different item in here that can't, like, is blocking it, it should just stop. And then, yeah, it'll do water as soon as it can. Sick. Now we can actually put the water into our farm plots. And yeah, we're golden Freddy. Now the only thing with this is, so to automate this you need long range movers. I realized oil rigs can't actually go against the terrain here, right? I swear at some point they were able to. Also I was able to somehow go off grid by, oh yeah. You know, I've seen that happen. Oh, I'm choking on my pumpkin seed. I've seen that happen before, and I've been able to do it, but I don't know how. I think it has to do something with, like, oh, maybe middle clicking? I don't know. It's really weird. I've struggled to recreate it. But yeah, if you can recreate it, definitely let me know how, because I want to fix that. That's kind of, yeah, a little bit of a problem. Man, is my stuff clogged up again? I'm gonna have to start shredding stuff. I can't take it anymore. I think that's literally what I'm going to have to do. I think I'll do this, so half the items will go out and smelt. I need a gear. Is there a gear somewhere? Well, I'll make some. Oh, but I'm out of power! No! Shoot. I know, I need to set up solar. It's probably a good idea. Yeah, farmland. You can grow crops. It's epic. Hurry, craft biofuel, hurry. Alright, we got our gears. So this is what I want to change here. And that'll work better, I think. Let's just straight up shred half of our stuff. I need to add some kind of way to do overflow systems better with this. I will do that someday. I just have to think about how I want to do that. Just around 16 solar panels of batteries stored for the night is actually enough for like a large base, so yeah. Well, that's epic. I'll have to do that then. Okay, apples in there. So yeah, farming does pretty much work. I'm just gonna have to add more test cases for some specific things. But at least the farm plot code is probably gonna change this. But it's okay for now. So now this should work. If I take the seed out, it should just stop working. Yeah. Okay. Imagine placing batteries around the range of a single Tesla coil. Oh, yeah. That is the nice thing about solar. It does take a bit of space, but honestly, it doesn't matter anymore. Because now the world is procedurally generated, so... There's all this stuff. Oh. There's notifications about the mirror board. Thought I made this work. What's going on over here? Oh, this is too slow. I just need more. I need more gears. There we go. Yeah, space used to be more of a concern back when the island size was like a hard limit, but honestly these days it doesn't really matter as much. I really do need to actually just get some big batteries for this save so it doesn't, it's not so unstable. I need more shredders. Let's get some more stone brick. As much as I would like to hide the fact that I just saw what I saw. I noticed that I shift-clicked an item out and it did 2 stacks, even though I thought I fixed that. I don't know, maybe I was just a weird case. Okay, those are all going now. Hopefully that should be a little bit faster. It's just too many items, man. I think that's actually the last of it, finally. There's still like some random miscellaneous... No, never mind. But we're getting there. I should just upgrade this stuff into V2. Let's get more gears. There we go. Should be a little bit better. No, I'm pretty sure I'm on a... Actually, yeah, I am on a 128 world, yeah. I just decided to do this one in the standard size for testing stuff, you know. I made an automated furnace for filler. Oh, yeah. Fuck wood, make it go in a battlefield, goes in a furnace. Nice. Yeah, I do have fuel go through here, but it's just uncommon these days. I have too many other items in the way, and so it's, yeah, I'm just... It's not even the game's fault, it's just my fault that everything is stupid here. So... I had enough items last year, like 3 major Starground items. Yeah, I have a lot of items in here, I'm not gonna lie. Wood needs more use. I do agree. Let me know if you have ideas on that, because I'm not sure what I would put wood into, right? Maybe you can process wood into something that's more useful, but I don't know. Oh yeah, I need to fix the UI. Actually, what I'll do in that is just set a minimum size for the UI, I think. Go into the UI inventory. Oh, whoops. Inventory display. For me, wood has become obsolete. That's true, yeah, because fuel cells are different now. Maybe planks? Could do planks, maybe. Didn't think it was that hard back then. Well, yeah, it never was really that hard. I just think it makes more sense to be with oil instead. Bridge, I know. I think I'm just gonna do straight up terrain, right? I've been thinking about it more. I think it'll be possible. It's not gonna be easy, but I'm gonna make it so you can place down new terrain. I know you want your bridge. Wood needs more wood? What does that even mean? I'm just gonna put this water into the vault. Whoa! Forgot how fast these things go now. I'm actually, this save is broken. Because I'm on mover speed level 2. Which isn't possible. I added level 2, but then I realized, I'm not gonna add it yet until there's V3 movers, or conveyors. Right, so it's a little funny. Okay, these are shredding now. This is going crazy. This line honestly needs to be upgraded also to V2 conveyors. Let's see if we can do that. Just going a tad touch too slow. Oh yeah. Look at it go now. Oh, it's flying through. Can't carry anything, but... Oh my god. All these items. What do I do? Just drop the coal for now. There we go. Yeah, Godot terrain system should be able to allow players to add a terrain and automatically updates nearby terrain. Yeah. Yeah, auto tiling is pretty performant when you're literally just doing like one tile. It is very slow for big tiles though. Like auto tiling the entire map can take like a full 2 seconds for just a little 128 map, so yeah. But it shouldn't be too bad. Really the problem is not the actual editing the terrain, it's the saving of that data, right? Because there's some issues that come up with that. Like, I don't know, stuff like, what can I think of right now? The time it takes to read that amount of data is one thing. The time it takes to actually convert those back into tiles and go through everything and do it. It might not be as bad as I actually think, but I am a little worried about that, right? It might be a tad bit too slow, so... we'll have to see. Okay, so we got the water pump working and doing its thing over here. This is building up on water. Realize I can place this on top of... I guess oil doesn't need to have a collision. Doesn't matter. It would just make it annoying to build things in the water if it did. I'm gonna do this. Oh yeah. Look at this triple water setup. I'm getting mad water. Maybe I'll add a sound to these at some point, like a little, like oil, you know, like it's pumping. But I don't know. I think you just do what you do at the starting square. Well, it's easier said than done, right? I could do that, but it's just like, I don't know. It gets tricky, you know? Because it's a lot more tiles than that. Like a save where someone, say, has completely filled in all their water with tiles, it might be way too slow. I don't know, I'm just gonna have to test it, honestly. So hey, thank you for the follow, and welcome in. How's it going? Man, look at this, we're flying now. Yeah. These are actually the ones that are limited over here. So let's make a V2. Need freaking gears! I do want to add V3 conveyors pretty soon. That'll probably be the first thing after... Maybe we could do it for the dungeoning update. Although it's kind of like I want to focus on the dungeon stuff. Farming is kind of a weird case because it's both. Right? Like obviously farming is for dungeons, but it is also automation, and so I'm okay with adding farming for this update. Should put a chest on that intersection. Which one? Like this one here? Or this? I mean, I could. But it'll just delay the inevitable, right? I gotta make sure the resources are flowing. Look at this, we're autocrafting and stuff over here. Making rotors. Oh my god, I forgot to actually put the mover to put the rotors in, duh. I'm like, why is it not making any rotors? I'm just stupid, that's why. Hey Dylan, what's up? Give me a balloons banana farm. That would be awesome. And you can upgrade it to become the monkey market. Or you could go the, you know, do the whatchamacallit, the banana factory. I wouldn't be opposed to adding bananas as like a, you know, a growable thing. Stack lines on conveyor update, maybe? Maybe one day. Not yet, though. That's gonna be a big process. Hey, Settlix! Thank you so much for the raid! What is up? Welcome in. Give you a shout out real quick. How's it going? What were you up to today on your stream? Yeah, welcome in, everybody. Of course, we got cheese time. Fumbling around trying to get my NPCs seeing enemies. Yeah. It's good stuff. Yeah, I've been just working on all sorts of things today. Today's actually been pretty good for like new stuff. We're working on adding farming. And it kind of works for the most part. I just need to actually make the crops actually grow. But in addition to that, we also added water pumps, which just kind of sit in the water and gather water. And water will be used for growing, and probably also some other like refiner recipes and stuff later on, but not yet. Yeah, farming's pretty basic. You just put water in and your seed. So an apple will grow trees. I also did like a little spore thing for growing mushrooms, so we'll also do that. But yeah. I didn't get a working quite yet. I had to remove an entire old class that was still being referenced like 80 times. Oh yeah, that can be rough sometimes. I've definitely had my fair share of having to go through and refactoring stuff that's just massive big references to a million things. But yeah. I think with future refactor, there are less terrible, horrible monstrosities. That's absolutely true. Every single time I like refactor something, like recently I just basically totally redid all of the conveyor belts and movers and stuff. It just gets a little better every single time. Doesn't take as long, not as much garbage to work through. So yeah. Also, we can start another one of those. But yeah. Refactoring is kind of a necessary evil sometimes. Especially with a game like this, where it's like, performance actually matters a lot. Can't really say that for all of the games out there, right? But this game, yeah, things can tend to get very laggy as people build big factories, so. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. It's a nice feeling that progress of structure as well as mechanics. Yeah, definitely. It's super great. I love it when things just kind of work and like you've created something that's way more simple and runs better, and it's a pretty nice feeling to actually like make things better and improve things. Yeah. That happens constantly with Starground. I'm like, oh, let's go. I've just like doubled the performance of this one building and it works even better than it ever did. Yeah. Or even just little stuff. Like recently I did a fix to furnaces where like the progress and the fuel bar sometimes wouldn't like quite line up, and so you put an item in and then it starts smelting and like it doesn't quite finish the item. Like it was just a matter of with delta time, it was like overestimating the progress, and so fuel didn't go down at the right rate, but it's all worked out now. So yeah, we're good. So now it's like, you know, if you put wood in, that's 6 seconds of smelt time. It'll be basically exactly enough for, yeah. Yeah, I gotta love floats. It can be a little funny sometimes, but, you know, it's kind of necessary for this with delta time, so. Farm Plaza Furnace in disguise, it technically is. You got the progress bar and then, yeah, your fuel, water. Don't tell anyone, though. Yeah, I mean, if you've got to go, you know, got to go eat or anything, totally welcome to. I do really appreciate the raid. It can be pretty tiring sometimes, you know, streaming forever, for hours and hours. Oh yeah, something also like kind of recently that we added is artifacts, which are fun. They just do little different little abilities, which is cool. Like lead boots stop conveyors from moving you. The grabber lets you reach longer, like with interacting and mining, which is kind of nice. Night vision goggles you can see that are on right now because it's nighttime. So it just kind of brightens up the darker areas and makes it sort of a green color. So it's not a perfect alternative to lighting up your base properly with lamps and stuff, but you know, it's just kind of a nice little thing to have, especially if we do like different regions that are darker, maybe like dungeons and stuff. So why is my power consumption like stupid? I need more power. I need to actually use my oil stuff over here and set up a little assembly line for fuel cells. But yeah, it's going good. Magnets like increase your pickup range for things. Preserved clovers increase like your rare item drop rate from enemies, which includes accessories, but also other things. And chainmail gloves is a newer one. I did that like last stream, I think. It basically stops sharp weapon components in your hand from hurting yourself. Right, so like when I swing with this blade and I'm holding the blade, it doesn't hurt me anymore. So yeah. It's kind of fun. Always nice to have options, gives people more potential ways to play through the game and challenge themselves. Absolutely, yeah. Artifacts are really fun for that kind of thing. Just like throwing out a whole bunch of cool little things that you can acquire and stuff, and just little nice abilities. I think it's really convenient. You know, because it's just what I love about artifacts right now is they're very simple and they don't really do a whole lot, but they stack. Right? So you can have multiple things at once. It's like, you know, not moving on a conveyor with the lead boots. It's a very tiny thing, But for somebody that's building all day long and doesn't want to get pushed around by conveyors, it's really convenient, actually. So that's what's nice about it. It's kind of like a way to add quality of life features, but like integrated into the main like progression of the game. So it actually is kind of balanced, I guess. It doesn't make things too easy because you have to go actually find the artifact. So yeah, I think it's fun. I always really enjoy that in games, like even Minecraft mods. There's a lot of Minecraft mods that does that same sort of thing with little trinkets and artifacts you can get, like the Binding of Isaac. Even though in that it's more of the main weapon, but it's that same idea of just stacking a bunch of different little abilities. Also, I forgot to replay the music. Yeah, so toggleable features, but also just items you can use. Yeah, exactly. Like, because if I don't want to use my magnet, I just drop it, and now it doesn't work. Right, so it's nice. Yeah. And what I love about it too is it's kind of a, you know, you have to balance it. So the thing is, that you can have as many artifacts as you want, but they take up inventory space, right? So you could go and do a dungeon with all of the artifacts ever and be super strong, but you can pick up like 2 items, right? So I kind of like that trade-off. Because for someone that's just kind of chilling around in the automation zone, you don't really need a whole lot of items on hand. You can stack yourself with all sorts of fun artifacts to make your life easier, right? But yeah, it's that trade-off, right? It's like risk-reward. You could take all your artifacts off and have a bunch of space to bring items back, but it might be, you know, a little dangerous. So, yeah. How long have I been working on this? Great inspo. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a while. September now. What month is that? 9. So it's been like about 9 months. I would say like, yeah, actually probably about 9 months today. Maybe close to 10. It's hard to say exactly, right? I started working on it like kind of like late last December. And that was when I kind of came up with the idea and started messing around with things. Obviously, initially, it wasn't really a game. It was me just kind of testing things. Like, the whole thing was, let's see if we can get multiplayer with Godot working. And luckily, I eventually figured out the answer was, yes, I can. And that's why I decided to actually make this a real game instead of just messing around with multiplayer. So, yeah. It's gone really well, though, honestly. It's great. Like, 9 months for this kind of game really isn't that much. Obviously, the game still needs more content, right? It's a little bit shallow in some areas. But, you know, I'm working at it every day. I think we're already at a really good spot for how little time, so, yeah. It makes me feel like a slug as far as game dev speeds goes, yeah. No, I mean, everyone goes at their own pace, you know? I think the reason why I've been cranking this out so fast is, I was kind of, disappointed with myself with my last game. That game was Pogo Rocket, and it took like 2 years, right? For a little garbage game. And that sucks. That felt really bad because I spent all of this time working on this game. It never went anywhere. It wasn't nice. So my whole mission for this game has been like, how fast can I get this done, right? And so far, yeah, pretty good. I've succeeded, I would say. The game is out now, so I mean, it is no longer, you know, I don't know what's the word. Now it's a real project, right? So it's usually how actual games turn out. Test mechanics out, yeah, definitely. It's always just like kind of messing around with some things, and then you realize, you know, hey, wait a minute. If I put this thing, put it together, this could be a fun little idea for a game, you know? Yeah. I think it shows your worth. You're not just going fast either. You actually care a lot about it being good. Well, I appreciate that, yeah. I do really hope that the game is good. I mean, you know, I'm always very negative toward myself and my opinion about my own stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really ever look at anything I do as good because I always just see the flaws in everything. But I guess at the same time, that's kind of good that I do that because it drives me to fix bad things, you know, and make things better. So, but I do appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, so far people seem to have enjoyed it. You know, with the reviews on Steam and stuff, it's all been pretty positive, so. Also, yeah, you asked, are you full-time? Basically, yeah, at this point. Here, let me snooze this ad before it cuts me off. Yeah, the game has actually been doing pretty well financially, which is awesome. It was always the thing of like, well, let's release this game in early access, see how it kind of does. If it does really well, I'll keep working on it. If it doesn't do very well, then maybe I can kind of, you know, start wrapping things up a little bit and get ready for the next game. But it's gone really well. So, yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's been pretty much enough for me to be full-time. I still am living with my parents, so that isn't really a huge, like, it's not like I have to pay rent right now or anything. But it is enough money for me to pay rent if I was paying rent, right? And that's the thing that's important. So it's enough for me to be like, I'm just gonna keep working on this and not get a job, because this can be my job. So, and I'm sure eventually I'll move out and start paying bills, but I can't afford it right now. You know, houses being $600,000 for one bed, one bath and stuff, I don't know. And I don't want to rent because I'm just going to be constantly dumping money out into the aether and then it's just gone, right? So I would like to like actually get a house and retain my wealth, but I don't know. Yeah. Watching you do early access and others more heavily considering it. You happy you did it? Yeah, I think with this game I'm definitely happy I went with early access. I think it just heavily depends on the game. You know, for a game like this that's very open-ended, kind of sandboxy, there's so many different avenues that I can go down and work on. It works really well for this kind of game. Early access is perfect like this because it's a constant like development of like, what's the next automation building and what's the next enemy in the dungeon, and it just keeps compounding and getting bigger, which is great for early access. I think for other types of games, though, early access can not be a good thing. Like Pogo Rocket, the game I was doing before, I did early access, and that I do regret. I don't think it was a good idea. Early access with like a platformer or any kind of puzzle game, I just don't think works as well. Because those games really are more linear in their progression. It's kind of like, once the game is there, that's pretty much it. It just didn't really make a whole lot of sense for it to be in early access, and so that was kind of a bad idea. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely consider it. Consider the pros and cons, right? One big nice pro is that it's kind of like a very fast way to test an idea, right? So you can get like your game most of the way there and kind of stable enough to play, and then it gives you a chance to see how does this actually do commercially. Right, and that was the whole reason I did this in early access. So that's a really great reason to. But some of the issues that comes with that, though, is that there's this kind of idea in people's heads when you release a game, early access or not, they're expecting a finished, completed game. So if you release your game in early access and it's not really ready, that's gonna reflect in your reviews, and that's gonna be a bad thing. So, yeah. It really just depends on the type of game. You know, that's what I would say. And think about really the reasoning, like, for why you would want to do early access. And yeah, weigh those heavily. Because it's not always a obvious this is a good or bad idea. It depends on the type of game. It depends on what you want from early access. there's just so many different things. So it also just depends on other things that are completely unrelated to your game. Like, what's your financial situation? Do you need money right away, you know, or can you wait a bit longer and spend more time polishing up your game? Like, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It's a cool thing though that Steam does have that set up, because I think, you know, it does work really well in some cases, so that's always good. But yeah, sorry, let me read everything else. I think behind making the relics balance, another details like the weapon crafting really shows that you want to create something that's clever and creative. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I do, also, thank you for the follow, I appreciate that. I do try to think things out as much as I can. It's not always easy, but yeah. I think it's always just important to balance things. It's something that I always see, like, work out poorly with, like, mods, for example, in Minecraft. Mods kind of ruin balance. And don't get me wrong, mods can be really fun. I gotta drink some water. Talking too much. Don't get me wrong, Minecraft mods can be very fun, but they do really break balancing of things, and it's yeah, it's bad. So whenever I add stuff into the game, I really spend a lot of time to think about what is its purpose and how does it fit in with everything else, because the thing with games is that every single little thing has a butterfly effect. Even if you do the tiny little change or a tiny little addition, it can snowball into massive issues with game feel and stuff. And so, yeah, it's important to really think things through. And like, even with farming, you know, it doesn't seem like I'm putting that much thought into it on first glance or anything, but there's already been a lot of decisions I've had to make. Like, I think I'm gonna make it so the seeds aren't consumed, but they don't create new seeds. And so immediately what that means is that farming it takes more work into actually creating all your plots, but once you have them set up, you don't have to do much, right? And the reasoning for that is because I want it to be more of a dungeoning focused feature. And like, I also had to decide, is it going to use water? And I decided yes, because I want water to integrate with other crafting recipes. There's a lot of decisions that go into it, so yeah. But yeah. Very much the same way. You'll earn the past compliment yourself after success, yeah. I always say that to myself, but it's never true. I'm never gonna let myself enjoy it. Yeah, I don't know. That's my toxic trait, I guess. Let's just say, this game looks familiar. Is this your game? It is my game, yeah. This is Starground. Got a lot done in less than a year. Killing, I appreciate it, yeah. So Turning Worlds, what's up? Welcome in. Would I be willing to say slapping to bass? Well, there you go. Slapping to bass. That's probably, I probably just said some horrific phrase or something. But it's okay. Yeah, mods are inherently anti-balance unless you follow the design style of the game very well. Yeah. One mod that I actually do think does that very well is the Create mod for Minecraft. The Create mod is awesome. And I think one of the big reasons is that it kind of like fits in with base game behavior for things like that much better. It doesn't go insane with it. A mod that I can think of that does not do that very well is something like modern industrialization. And for people that don't know anything about Minecraft mods, it's just it's like a mod that lets you automate things in Minecraft, right? And the thing is that it just gets insanely OP fast, right? Especially with like the quarry buildings that just sit there and generate blocks and resources constantly. It's crazy. The thing with Create is that everything is kind of like individual components. So like in modern industrialization, you have a machine that does like one thing where it's like, this is the furnace machine. and it does all this stuff, and then this is the macerator, and it does all these recipes. And that's fine, but it's interesting in Create, where kind of everything in the mod is like a component that you have to integrate with other things. And I think that just works so much better in the context of how vanilla Minecraft works. You know, like with a redstone, with each piece of redstone being a different block and having to combine them, you know, together to make one coherent machine. I think that's why Create Mod feels very vanilla to me, at least. But yeah, Create Mod is pretty awesome. I enjoy it. There's definitely a lot of inspiration from this in Starground, just because there's a lot of cool ideas with this. And I would love to integrate more of these ideas. Yeah, a single component of a system rather than a single purpose chunk. You have to somehow tangle with other chunks. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's not just this standalone all-in-one machine. It has to connect with everything else. Yeah, mods do room balance, but then that is upon the player if they add mods that do so. It's absolutely true, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's really fun, don't get me wrong, to play a mod that totally changes the balancing of everything, right? I do enjoy it from time to time, but sometimes, yeah, it does get a little, I don't know, it can ruin things sometimes, especially in big packs. Also, we got an ad coming up. I can't snooze it anymore. I've been snoozing them as much as I can, but this one is unavoidable, so I apologize. So yeah, we will be right back after these messages. If it actually starts the ad, Twitch always does this thing where it starts, like, it's about to start the ad and says ad starting soon, and then it takes like another 30 seconds to actually do the ad. It's kind of annoying sometimes, because it extends out our ad break time, essentially. Come on, Twitch. Get the ad going. Let's go, come on. Yeah, right? It's really difficult to, like, warn people, because I have no idea. The ad could start any second, and everyone's gonna get cut off while I'm talking. And it still hasn't gone. Like, do I keep doing stuff? Do I keep talking? Or is it... right? That's the problem. Oh, there it goes. Alright. We will wait to get back to all that stuff. Yeah, I need to fix a little bit of wackiness with this UI. As you can see in game, for those that have Turbo or subscribed, this UI is kind of broken. So I gotta fix that. That's what I can do. Sort button. Okay, so that one shrinks at the end. We won't do that anymore. Shrink center or whatever. Actually, we want to do... yeah, shrink center. So this has a reference to the label, right? Yeah. Then that's just a... okay. So we're good there. Okay, what I essentially just did is move the text label into an H box, and that means that this will no longer be stupid. Now, there's still some things I have to work out with this, but yeah. Okay, we're back from the ads. I apologize. But yeah. Let's see. You said, oh, bass guitar. I'll say it again. Slap into bass. There you go. It's recommended on Steam to play it. Reminded me of Forger plus other animation game. The art of the tree caught me off guard because it's much more detailed than anything else. Yeah, that's fair. The I think in part I kind of purposely made him extremely detailed, just so it's like catches your eye, catches your attention in here. The tree of wisdom. Yeah. He's a funny guy. We recently made it so you can actually kill him. So I'll have to work on that more. He still needs like a death sound and stuff and needs to actually drop something, but yeah. Oh, those pop out the... Oh, they pop out the mini player, really? Huh. Yeah, this is made in Godot. All in Godot. I use, like, Steam multiplayer pure build, for the actual engine, which, you know... Well, this is just a, yeah, build of the engine that allows me to use, the RPC calls and stuff normal. So yeah, it's been pretty nice. Also, this is still not really working here. I think it's because I have expand off. Yeah, that would be why. So how did I do it with this one? So I did line edit, and then these ones on either edge. Okay. I see. So that should do it then. Let me just check this real quick. Should do it. It's a little funny. I think I need to restart the game because now it's broken. All of the UIs. Yeah. Let me do that. What art program do I use? I use paint.net for all the art stuff. There's a Sprite I just did like a few minutes ago. And I've always enjoyed paint.net for this stuff. I wouldn't say it's not necessarily the best program for this, right? If you're getting into pixel art, I'd probably recommend getting used to Sprite, but the problem is that, like, I've used paint.net for so long, it's now become, like, ingrained into me. I really struggle trying to use anything else, so it's hard. Yeah. I don't know. It's very weird. Also, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. But, you know, paint.net does everything I need. It's a Windows exclusive program, fortunately. But I think what I love about it is it's great for all types of things, right? So, like, with it, I can draw, like, normal big stuff. I can do, like, photo editing. But then I can also do pixel art. And so I think what I love about it so much is the fact that it's so multi-purpose. So yeah. It's pretty important to me to have an art program like this that can just kind of do everything. So yeah. Because I've tried Sprite and stuff. I even have it, like I bought it and I have it on Steam, right? But it's just, I don't know. It's too hard. I can't do it. You know? But yeah. How long have I been working Godot? I only have been using it for 10 months and I really like it. Yeah, honestly, only a little bit longer than the game. I've been using it like a month before I started working on the game, so 10 months. Yeah, also 10 months. I've really enjoyed it though. Honestly, Godot is probably the best engine I've ever used. I've used GameMaker, I've used Unreal, I've used Unity. Oh man. But I've used them all. Godot has been way better. I've enjoyed it so much. It's whoa, that's wrong. it's just by far my most favorite engine of all time now. So it's pretty epic. So what's going on here? This should be expanding. And this one should be not expanding. Oh, that's why. There we go. So now the label will be displayed normal. But then also when we go up to our water pumps over here, they should be normal too. Yeah. Epic. Okay, cool. Same thing with me and Fire Alpaca. Alpaca, yeah. The best option for I've been using that for a decade. I know, that's exactly me and Paint.net. I've been using Paint.net back in my Roblox days when I was like 5 or something. And I've been just using it ever since. I've tried using Photoshop, that's broken. I've tried all sorts of things and it just never works. So, yeah. Oh, so this is a separate thing, that's why it's, yeah. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix it with this, because this is broken. Where it's like in front, all weird like that, so yeah, it's not good. Getting into the air. Breathing them in, breathing them in. I love breathing in microplastics. Same here. I made a little game jam, test the waters, and now I'm working on my main project for the past 8 months. Oh, nice, yeah. Yeah, that was pretty much, that's exactly what I did too. I made a little tiny like test game in Godot, which I never really finished. It was, the whole idea of it was that you're like a cowboy, and whenever you fire your gun, you teleport into a different dimension. Or like you time travel. So, yeah. It was fun working on though. It was just sort of like me like saying, I'm gonna work on this little tiny game. I'm gonna do this as like a test to see how I like using Godot. And then I loved it. I was like, oh, I can't get enough of this stuff. So yeah, that was the nail in the coffin. All right, considering another layer of extraction, like making sheet steel for barrels and containers for the water. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about that. The reason I haven't done that is because my whole ideology with stuff like that has been eliminating anything that doesn't have multiple uses. So, for example, putting things into a barrel, it doesn't really make the game more fun. It just adds this extra layer of annoyance of like, okay, well now I have to route all this iron over here, right? I could do it, and maybe some people would argue it would be better, but I've really tried to keep the automation in this game very simple and very easy to understand. And with how many people like get confused with the oil processing and stuff like that in Satisfactory and Factorio, I've kind of decided liquids is just going to be an item. Like, automatically gets barreled for you. Because it helps jump that gap. It's not immediately going from, you know, here's like physical items, and now you have to go, whoa, all the way to dealing with like fluid pipes and stuff. You know, it gets really complicated. It's kind of like, okay, well, it's still an item, but it's a little bit different in how I harvest it, but I understand how to do it, right? So, I don't know. That's just my idea with that anyways. Trying to make it different enough, but still kind of the same idea so that it's not confusing to people. So, but yeah. So what'd you say here? Finished my first plugin, full project today. Oh, that's awesome. Did you learn making plugins a little bit and to make something I might use at the same time? That's awesome. I've really actually wanted to get into plugin stuff. I've considered doing a plugin for this game with like dialogue and quest stuff. I don't know if I'll still do it, but it would be kind of fun to try making a plugin, just a super basic one, to see how that whole process is. Definitely let me know if you have any tips on that, because I'll probably try to do that eventually. Just to experiment. I always find it really rewarding to try new things, you know, and learn things. Because then if I ever run into a situation where I need to do that, now I know. Do I have any plans for planet traversal? So, like, there's two, like, do you mean traversing on this planet or traversing to other planets? Because those are two different things, yeah. Cool concept, galactic time traveling cowboy, yeah. Yeah, it's fun. Maybe I'll finish it one day, but... it's very simple, but my main tip is don't forget to add @tool. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'll definitely be sure to do that. Other planets, yeah. So other planets are already in the game, not with automation yet, but I can show you. So there's this building. It's called the Star Launcher, which you can build in here, right? And this basically lets you travel to other planets and other areas in the solar system. I'm probably going to revamp this menu at some point and actually like show the star and maybe have them kind of orbiting around, but get the idea. So you can travel here. This is where I'm at right now. Just the main planet. But you can also go to other places. There's this place called the Space Hub. And so the Space Hub is sort of like a trading center. You can talk to people and buy things and trade, right? There's a vending machine here. And you can talk to this guy, the little snail guy. He sells like resources. I want to flesh this out way more. This is it's pretty basic how it is, but you know, it's there. There's also this fountain you can put coins in and you get like a chance to get different items back. But then there's also the dungeoning. This is the other like part of the game. So you can teleport to this dungeon planet and fight enemies. This is actually the chance shrine. Yeah, I'll tempt fate. Oh, we're good. So this actually dropped an artifact. That's a rare drop. What do I want to drop? I don't need 3 wood. But yeah, this is the whole other part of it. It's just another one? Did I think it might be set up to only spawn these right now. Oh no, that means I have to fix the experimental branch. Ah. I totally forgot. Okay, I gotta put a new build up. So the chance shrines, these have a chance to either give you items or, as you saw, spawn in a bunch of enemies. Yeah, I totally forgot. So all the rooms in the dungeons on the experimental branch are just these. God dang it. That's a major mistake. There's also a boss. He's vibing here. Oh, that was yeah, normally it's not the same room over and over. It's usually got more stuff. I kill him so easily because my weapon's pretty insane, but yeah. Get the coins. And then yeah, in every dungeon there's always an exit room over here to actually leave. So let's go back home. Yeah, that's the whole other side of the game. Really the whole idea with this game was that I want there to be both automation and dungeoning, because I feel like that captures two different people, and because it's multiplayer, it's a way to tie your friend groups together. Right? So, but yeah. Spent hours trying to figure out why stuff doesn't work. Meanwhile, the script I was trying to access didn't have tool. Yeah, I imagine getting so used to not including that, it would be a really easy mistake to make. Yeah. launch myself to the same planet over and over. Just constantly back to Verdi. Yeah. Right, it's wishlisted. Let's go. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, that is a funny bug. But, you know, it's on the experimental branch, so it's not that bad. I definitely have to fix that, though. Yeah, it's this right here. I just have to set this back to the normal numbers. Okay, now that that's fixed, let's go through it again. And I'll show you guys the other stuff. So yeah, normally it's like, most of these rooms will just be the regular enemy rooms. But some of them are special. Alright, I'll be heading out now. It's 3:20 a.m. I should probably go sleep. Yeah, absolutely. Get that sleep. Don't stay up too late. But yeah, thanks so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. And have a good rest of your night. Yeah, most of these rooms are typically enemy rooms, but there's a whole bunch of other special rooms. There's one that's a chest. There's one that's like resources that spawn in. There's a whole bunch. Yeah, this is one. This is I call it the pedestal room. Basically, there's these three little like pillars here at the center. These will either be bombs or hearts. I'll show you what bombs are for. Bombs, obviously, you can use to hurt enemies, but they're also really good for breaking resources. So if I find one of those resource rooms, we might not, because as I start to add more of those special rooms, they get less common. Get out of here. Let me go see. Maybe this way? Or it's a pretty linear dungeon. Wow, that was just a straight line, huh? It's the tree of wisdom, guys. I always get surprised when I see him. He just gives you different wisdom. So recently I added the ability to kill him. You can kill the tree of wisdom now. It's very sad. Let's kill the tree of wisdom. He will be no longer. Die. He's going to die. Die, yes. I don't like his dead sprite. Like, I like it, but I don't like it. I like it because I don't like it. Shed tears when you hit him. That would be good. He does a little frown instead of his, like, smile, his smirk. I know, I'm sorry. I know I'm a monster. Oh, yeah, here's a resource room. So this is what bombs are good for. You can plant a bomb and get a bunch of resources. It's not always super helpful, but, you know, for some cases where you really need one resource, it's kind of nice just to have that option. I'm sorry I killed the tree of wisdom, guys. I didn't mean to. I don't need to kill the boss. Let's get out of here. Those laughs are laughs of maniacal, evil laughter, by the way. It's not me, just like... That's it. It's more of like a mwah laugh. Okay, this is making rotors. Oh yeah, we're keeping up, no problem. Alrighty. Yeah, things are coming along. Whoa, I forgot how fast my mining speed is. Yeah, this is fixed now. I will have to fix that issue on Steam because that's a little stupid. But, you know, it's the experimental branch. I think I'm just gonna not even fix it until I add new stuff. So maybe once I get farming kind of shaped up and working, I'll probably do that then instead of fixing it now. Experimental branches are a danger zone. They're not meant to be perfect and bug-free, so. Alrighty. So yeah, my 3 minutes 15. Let's see if we can get this farming stuff, like, at least most of the way there. It's okay if it's still a little quirky. So one thing I want to do is that if it has water... Let's see, what do I want to do here? Some kind of check for if the plant's grown or not, right? Because the texture by default will be this one, but now we also have the this one watered. So I also need to have other checks in here to see if we actually have water. So we should do that. It's going to be very similar to how the furnace works, in all honesty. Like this stuff here. Well, actually it's just water, so... So here I'm just going to say L if water amount is greater than 0. L if our inventory data of 1.name can't type is water. Then we're going to decrease it. So minus equals 1. And then if that amount is equal or less than, I always say less than 0, then we're going to say is equal to null. Okay, so this should work. Basically, it won't actually increase progress until we have water in here. So if I put this in here, huh? Oh. Whoopsies. Excuse me. Excuse me. There we go. Skip that error like nothing happened. Okay, so if there's no water in here and we put a crop in, nothing. It's not going to do anything. But if I go get some water, grab way too much, then we water it, now it starts to grow, and the water will start to decrease over time. So you can just put a bunch of water in here, and then this will just keep growing. Although I'm going to have a machine to automate this, but you can totally do this just by hand, right? And yeah, these water pumps are pretty easy to make, so it's not a big deal to have to get water. I mean, water's all over the place. It's everywhere, so yeah. So yeah, that works, and then if I take the water out, so it still has water, it'll still be hydrated. But then as soon as this runs out, this will stop. At least it should. But let's see. And yeah, it stops. We're good. More water, please. I'm so thirsty. That's what the plants are saying right now. Then if I take that out, it doesn't consume the water. So yeah. Honestly, it works technically the same exact way a furnace does, but don't worry about it. Don't tell anyone. Oh yeah, still have to fix this. Almost forgot. Okay, we'll do that. Let's go to the display of the inventory. Okay. So in here, edit label container, we'll just keep that as the same. I'm just gonna move label into there, and then we're also gonna do this. Sort button there instead of the second V separator. So that one's 40. So with the label in here. Oh, it's not visible. I was like, why is this not working? So let me check this. This will shrink center. It's 384 minimum size. That's okay, I guess. But then without that, yeah, this should work. Okay, so just to confirm all that works, I'm probably gonna restart the game. So that looks pretty good, and then if like a regular inventory is broken, because I have to restart. Let's just get rid of the other VBox container. Also, Senior Trick, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
At least they have more manners than you.
But yeah, you're saying it's weird for it to be tilled soil with the interface. I mean, I don't know. I could change it to be like a pot, yeah, or something like that. We can figure that out. I just think an interface is going to be the best way to do this kind of thing. I could make it where you do it like physically, but it just kind of makes it weird for automation and stuff, so I don't know. But we could easily change it to a pot. Also, sorry, I was just about to... we'll wait for the ad. Okay, so that's normal, I think? Yeah, it looks normal. Crafter's normal. Burner's normal. Well, of course it's normal. But this one... So I can change it to whatever I want. And that's all positioned correctly, and then this is broken? Hold up. I think it's because I make edit label container invisible in here. Yeah. So I don't actually need to make that invisible anymore. So edit label dot visible equals true, and then name label dot visible equals false. So that should work. Let me restart. Okay. Ad is over, I'm sorry. Yeah, so there is no cap to how many people can play. Which I'm sure at some point will be a bad idea, and I'm probably gonna have to change that. But right now, if you want to play with 50 people, there's nothing stopping you. Do it up. Okay, so this should be all good now. This should be... Oh, it's because I made it invisible by default. Whoopsies. So that should be... Hold on. So that line edit needs to be invisible by default. Name label. Okay. Let's try this again. At least they're my friends. Our friendship will never end. I need to follow their instructions, even if I cause a ruckus. Okay. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, we are good. It doesn't really make sense to sort an inventory with one item, but... whatever. Okay. Coolio. So what's next? Sorry. I've noticed there's a weird thing going on with our progress bars. It's like they have depth. Although they shouldn't. It's because they are ahead of our... Oh, but then that would be... Yeah. So we're probably going to have to make those minus. No, we can't. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay. What else? What else is there? We need to make this get dark if it's watered. So let's do that. So in here I'm just gonna say main sprite dot texture is equal to farm plot, just regular. But if this passes, then we set it to watered. And what's great about this is that it only runs once. So it's not bad for performance. I think. So I have to do some changes here. Okay, so the ones that are wet are the wet ones, and then the ones that aren't wet are dry. But then as soon as I do wet them, then they get wet. I need to make it so you can wet them without this stuff. So basically that's just a matter of this. Okay. So now even if there's nothing in here, I should be able to just put some water on it. Yeah, we're good. So I swear I just saw something over here. No. I don't know what I saw. So you can actually do some funny art with these farm plots. Oh, and ran out of water.
say besides where's my egg?
You got the FNAF checkered floor. Okay, so it's just a matter of kind of assigning the sprite and stuff of the plant growing and then making it so you can break it. All stuff that isn't too bad. So yeah, let's do that. So on every farm plot, I'm just gonna have another variable that's just a sprite. If Godot wasn't frozen. Godot crashed. Interesting. Typically doesn't happen. It's okay. Dodo. Scanning files. Okay. So what I wanted to do was add a sprite onto this, which will just be the plant. And it'll just be kind of chilling here. So just as a experiment, we will go get the tree sprite. Wherever that is. Oh yeah, forgot it's like down here. So then we can set like the offset like -14. So what'll happen is that it'll start tiny. It'll start at scale as 0. Right? And then all we're gonna say is plant.scale is equal to vector2 progress. So we are going to have to relaunch again. Now, it'll be a little weird because some plants will be like not the same. So like the tree will not really have collision or anything because it's not really a true tree. It'll be kind of weird, but it'll be fine. I don't want crops to have collision because it would just make it an absolute hassle to actually go through them and harvest them, so yeah. Now it should start growing a little tree. Look at them! And that'll just start growing. Let's grow a bunch of trees, shall we? Oh, that one has 2 apples. Whoopsies. Look at these trees. Oops. All right. Now we wait. So the growing time for all plants is 120 seconds. Well, I'm probably going to change it so that like growth time is specific per plant. So some plants might take a really long time to grow. Others might be very fast. Like trees, I don't think I want to take too long, right? So This also means you can have some nice little plants around your base. You can just grow them, right? And I know we have these decorative plants that are kind of like, you know, already here. But these are living plants. These are real plants. These decorative plants are dead. They're plastic. Maybe, I don't know. They're almost grown. This one's grown. So I want it to just be like you mine it and then it drops it. And I think that would work well. Look at these beautiful trees, guys. I think this one, let's see, okay, no, that one's grown. Well, it should be filling that up, so maybe water isn't actually 0. Yeah. It's pretty weird. Take that out and then put it back in. Yeah. So that's the same issue we had with the furnace. We'll fix that. It's not a big deal. I cannot believe that we are literally farming, guys. It's crazy. Now we can call it, instead of Starground, it's Farm Ground, guys. Getting tired though. Whoa! Like how fast that tree grew. How come our trees don't grow that fast? I'll probably also give these plants the wind sway shader. Just keep that stuff all the default. Like the tree has that. Let me see what the settings are on that. Oops, I have to go to the tree scene. That's just default. But it also does this thing, which I will also do in our farm plot. Yeah. So one thing this actually doesn't save right now, which is a big problem. This has to save a few things. It has to save progress and also fuel amount. Not fuel amount, I'm stupid. Water amount. So let's make sure that this works. Should do that. And then if it has an apple... Yeah. Should work. So now if we load up the save, they should be still grown. Oh. Oh, whoops. I meant to say plant. Anti-material. Okay, let's just restart this. definitely gonna have to add fishing too, aren't we? Can't have farming without fishing. Yep. So we're looking good. Okay. And we're gonna have to sync all this stuff with multiplayer too, so we will get around to that. But yeah. I think I am probably going to wrap up stream there because I do have to leave soon. I know it's a little shorter than usual. But yeah. And I got to go use the bathroom. So I think we'll do that. Yeah. Epic day streaming. We got farming added, water pumps, all sorts of fun, cool stuff. Yeah. I'll keep working on these off camera. These should be ready to go in another experimental build very soon. The whole idea with the experimental builds is it's going to be very frequent, you know. I'm hoping to do them like constantly all the time. It's kind of like for those people that are really, really thirsty for new content and don't care if it's not really stable yet, right? So, yeah. Yeah, this is good. This is definitely a good start. Obviously, still has to kind of work with multiplayer and all that jazz, but it won't take too much longer for that. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, water pumps are all working. We got a lot of water over here. Yeah, we'll have to add in that automatic farming machine also. That's the sort of other part of it, but yeah. So that's gonna be it. Let's go find somebody to raid. Symbol 24. I think I've raided them before. I think Symbol 24 is the new person. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for coming to the stream. I appreciate it. This person's working on Jam. We could raid them. Let's see what else is on. Adagon is on, which is epic. He's playing Bracky's Jam. Oh yeah, I forgot that happened. I didn't realize that was like a thing going on. I'd love to do some more jams eventually. I just gonna need time for it though. Yeah. One day. Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking for somebody to raid. Hypnotic. That was the person that the other person raided last night. Satisfactory, that's a classic. I'm probably gonna be playing that tonight. And we got Basie. Shaguna Watch is working on his horror game. I'm actually curious to take another look at that. It was looking pretty good last time we raided in. So yeah, I might do that. But yeah. Anyways, that is going to be it for today's stream. Thank you everybody for coming, as per usual. Yeah, we're gonna go raid Mr. Goon. Because I am curious to see how that horror game's coming along. It looked pretty cool last time. Yeah, thank you everybody. Buy Starground now. Feel free to join the Discord if you want. You know, notifications for when experimental builds go live and stuff. Notifications about streams, all that stuff, and sneak peeks on new things. Yeah. It's all good stuff. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Today's Sunday, right? Yeah, today's Sunday. So I will probably be next live maybe Wednesday, but if not Wednesday, then Friday. That's the plan. So yeah, I hope to see you all there. But if you can't make it, no problem at all. So yeah. All right, we're gonna go raid. It'll be in 10 seconds. Raid messages, the usual. Big boy raid. And yeah. Thank you, everybody. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.